If you're successful at life, but dating feels strangely impossible right now, you're not just imagining it. More men than ever are reporting long term singleness and dating frustrations, and it's pretty much the blame is on the dating apps. They're everywhere, there's a million of them. You've tried them, I guarantee it. You're probably on several of them right now. Maybe literally right now. And you saw this. Uh, Here's the thing, dating apps heavily reward things like photos, fast judgment, mostly those two. The last thing is extroverted behavior, but photos and fast judgment, because you're doing this too. You're swiping left and right, back and forth, and you're just kind of like, it's a yes, it's good enough, good enough. You're just getting a glimpse of what she looks like, and it's like, yes, yes, no, 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 yes, 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 because you're just trying to get as many likes as possible, right? Get as many matches as possible. And again, it rewards extroverted behavior, which you might not actually have because you're maybe an introvert. Otherwise, why would you be here? Why are you watching these videos? Because that's kind of who I'm talking to. So it rewards extroverted behavior in that a lot of the pictures that we're talking about are the person doing these amazing things, globetrotting and involved in all these activities, and they're on zip lines and they're doing this at this beach and they're flying there, doing all these things with all these friends that they have, living these amazing extroverted lives. And that might not be you because that's what it rewards is this fantasy, right? That's what we're swiping for is this fantasy. So what happens is many intelligent introverted men just don't thrive in this environment because it's built around rapid self-promotion, and introverted people generally don't do that. Generally don't want attention drawn to them. So what happens? They're successful in their career, they're maybe introverted, they're maybe shy, and so they feel invisible, just totally not seen on these apps. They feel replaceable. And if this is you, you kind of are in some ways on these apps. We've all heard that, like, most women are looking for the 10% of men, right? So the odds aren't great. And the 10% of men basically being tall and making like 100K plus a year. Well, that's like 2.5% of the population or something. And that's just with those two qualities. So you're replaceable to women uh, by this fantasy that they have that won't be fulfilled. So that's the kind of things we're dealing with when I'm working with clients. And essentially, if you're doing that and you're introverted, you're probably feeling a bit exhausted by modern dating. And modern dating, as I say, are dating apps. And the problem is career success doesn't automatically build the things that you might need. Things like emotional confidence, the ability to flirt well, not just flirt, but the ability to flirt well. The ability to have the courage to flirt, but then the skills to be able to do that well. And then being comfortable with vulnerability. Uh, Career success not only doesn't prepare you for those things, but might actually teach you the opposite of many of those things. So, most men, again, most successful, introverted, shy men, were just never taught attraction or emotional connection skills. So, frustration happens, right? If you have this anxiety and you have this desire, but it's not producing any results or not going anywhere because you don't even know where to begin, uh, it's frustrating. And these are just some of the frustrations that I see that men are telling me that I'm seeing out there a lot in the world. Things like, just reading them, I can succeed everywhere else except this. Everywhere else, success, except this one area of dating and having deep emotional romantic relationships. I feel overlooked online, as I just said, because they probably are overlooked online, just not fitting into that very slim little window that many women are looking for online or think they might want online. The other one is I don't know how to stand out without pretending. that you want to be authentic, but you feel like you have to be this other person that you're not. Like that's why some men lie about their height or lie about a million other things or take photos that maybe aren't totally accurate because they feel like they have to lie to get any matches. So then you're starting off a potential relationship on a lie or two or three. And then dating feels like a second job because you're spending a lot of time on it. Um, in two ways. Spending a lot of time because you're creating profiles, you're on the different apps, you're looking at this, you're swiping, and maybe eventually you get some matches and it leads to some texts or whatever. But I would argue what also might be happening for you is you're getting caught up in a fantasy. So you're looking at all these women and looking at a lot of the women that are very attractive, feeling like, well, they're on my page and I'm swiping, right or whatever, that you almost have this kind of connection with them. You do not. You do not. I know it seems obvious, but at an unconscious level, I bet part of you thinks you kind of do. You don't, right? So, and if especially when it comes to like texting them, don't text for very long because that's not a relationship either. Meet them in person as fast as you can. Just you want to get off the screen and meet them in person for a number of reasons. Then they get to see the real you and you get to show them the qualities that maybe aren't on their checklist that they didn't know they wanted. So do those things because if you're feeling this frustration, if you're saying these things to yourself, and I think you are, and maybe put in the comments some other things that you're saying with respect to these dating apps, this doesn't mean you're broken. It means you're trying to navigate something that no one prepared you for, no one prepared any of us for. This is all new. This is foreign to human beings in many ways. Fortunately, this is what I help men with. I help women with this as well, but I usually promote on here with men. So if you're a woman, you can reach out to me as well. But if you're a man and you want help with this, schedule a free strategy session with me. We jump on and kind of see where you're at, right? Just what harm does that do to get you some traction and finally maybe get you a roadmap, a game plan that capitalizes on who you authentically are and what you can actually do differently to get the results you want. I will see you on the next video.